Hello guys, this is CrazyMan7777 here, bringing you guys another Halo Mega Bloks review, 2 weeks from the last one, just as I had planned. And this is the last and the largest set right before my most accomplished set in my Halo Mega Bloks collection. This is the Flood Invasion set. I have been looking forward to this one for a while. It is the first to host the Flood tank form, as well as Halo 2 anniversary buffed Ghost here. So that is a little bit interesting to look at. We will go straight into it now. So first we have this little landscape that has been set up for us by Halo Mega Bloks, and it is probably pretty nice. I think it's supposed to be referencing Halo 3 levels where, actually I'm looking at it, and it does look like a Halo 2 level just a little bit. But it's referencing Halo 3 levels, the first Flood level, where you go back through all the enemies that you've killed that have now been infected by Flood. And there's flamethrowers and turrets sitting around, as well as a bunch of fusion coils. And what is cool about this one, that I haven't seen on a set before, is that we have a conveyor belt. That would be weird. It's a little conveyor belt for the fusion coils to travel on, and then they fall out, and the cycle continues. So I actually think that's pretty interesting, design-wise. Also, it looks like there's like a little wall here that maybe could have some panels on it or something if there were stickers in this set. This set doesn't really need much more than it already has, though. And of course, we already have 2 fusion coils. We have one gray sandbag wall, similar to one of the ones that we saw in the fire team sets. One flamethrower that is in all black, and one Halo Reach turret that is in all black. And I do enjoy both of those very much. The cool thing about the set is that all the equipment does happen to be in black. So I guess we'll get straight into the figures here. The figures have, firstly, there is one that has a shotgun that is supposed to have a Halo 3 shotgun, but he cannot hold Halo 3 shotguns for some reason, so he has a little bit more epic looking Halo Reach shotgun. And then we have the other Marine that has a pistol. He should actually have the flamethrower, but for some reason this Marine's arm is broken. I don't know if you can tell from here or not. I'm not going to mess with it. So that's why at the beginning he was just kind of not really even holding that turret. So those are the 2 Marines here. I think these are Halo 2 Marines. I really can't tell. They look like Halo 2 Marines, so I'm just going to go with it. We'll get confirmation on that in a little bit. So then we move on to the most exciting part, the Flood. Here we are, guys. The set with probably the most diverse playing field of Flood. This is definitely really interesting. We have both the colors of Flood that Halo Mega Bloks has used in the past, as well as the detailed colored Flood, which is a nice refresher since in the last mystery pack sets we had Flood that wasn't colored at all. That was weird. So we have that, as well as Halo 2 Anniversary, or Halo 2, whatever you want to call it, Flood Ghost, and a Ghost Flood over here. So we will look at these just after I confirm that those Marines are Halo 2 Marines. Here's the one from the Halo 2 Anniversary set, and here's the one that we just got. So there you go. Those are Halo 2 Marines that are just in a different color. So first, and probably the most interesting of all of these, is the tank. I mean, seriously, this thing is incredibly detailed, despite the fact that it is not painted in any way. At least this one isn't. I think the other one might be painted, but this one definitely isn't. This one has a very hard plastic feel, that probably because it is hard plastic. It has quite a amount of detail. They even managed to get the holes in the middle there, and all these holes all over the thing. Surprisingly, this Flood tank is balanced. You can put it on the ground and it will probably fall over less than a regular Flood. Like, just See, that's just amazing. How did they even do that? I don't know, because half of this whole thing is super heavy and the other half of the thing is super light, and yet it still manages to do it. We do have a articulate head that moves a little bit. The arms are surprisingly articulate, considering the fact that they have like this huge shoulder around them. Surprisingly enough, the one that's the least articulate is the smallest one. And then we just have like a little stub of a foot and a giant foot, all that. And then we have the painted one. This one is a little bit more rubbery, probably because they used more of the paint that they used on these heads here. The head is also very rubbery. We have the little tentacles on the face, all that. Once again, highly detailed. I think you can see a lot more of the detail on this one just because it's been painted. You can see a little bit more of the holes in the flood skin, I don't know. Anyway, we move on to the last one of these large pieces of flood machinery, which is also full of flood. And this time we have another color of flood infection form. Look at that. That one's like brown. It's interesting. So far we have had quite a few different colors in flood infection form. We've had a little pinkish one. We have had a brown one now. And the first one was just this color, actually. So that is the flood carrier. It is looking just like the other flood carrier. We move on to the last of individual things. This is the ghost flood, or the invisible flood. Halo 1 anniversary, Halo 1 anniversary idea, which did not return in Halo 2. And then the one that did actually show up in Halo 2, the Flood Ghost. Now this is actually pretty cool. It's got this huge infected part of it, which I don't really know how that works since this is like a Covenant machine, but whatever. We've seen what happened to the ships that the Flood infected right away. So that is the Flood Ghost. This is all the pieces of the Flood that we have in the set. Is a very good set for people that want to build up their Flood army, other than getting really lucky with a bunch of mystery packs in a row with Flood that have cool guns, which I actually did do that a while ago to get my Flood army up. So this is actually a pretty nice ghost. This is the same one as the ones that I got from the White Zealot Elite from Halo 4. And that is pretty much as that we have in this set. And once again, this is actually the nice painted Flood. I like how they put the nicest painted Flood inside the vehicle where you're not going to notice it. So this has been the Flood Invasion set. I was going to say Infection, but I think they already did that one. Anyway, this has been the Flood Invasion set. Hopefully soon we'll have infected brutes. That will be interesting. As well as some more infected humans. We haven't had those either. And I do think that there are going to be infected human Spartans from the Master Chief Collection in this next haul of Halo Mega Bloks things. I guess I will see you guys next time, but after I say that this probably gets a 9 out of 10 just because of all the awesome stuff in it. I can't really think of anything wrong other than the fact that the Flood are just not painted. I mean, the fact that all of the guns are black is just great. I was gonna pick stuff up, but somehow I just managed to drop the turret like twice, and now I just don't want to pick it up at all. And hopefully I keep track of my flamethrowers more, because I have so many of them now. I need to keep track of them. Anyway, I will see you guys next time.